morning, my wonderful Phoenix flock. I hope that y'all are doing well this morning. I hope that you slept well. I hope that you woke rested and that you have a wonderful day today. I've yet to be to sleep. I've had a lot of things on my mind, especially with the nuclear power plant here in Monticello leaking oil into the Mississippi. That really bothers me, especially when they try to play off that they didn't leak any oil into the Mississippi, but yet you have a child that happens to catch it on video, and then they send it off to the Monticello Times. Now it's being investigated. Nuclear power plant leaking oil into the Mississippi. Why should that matter? Well, consider the amount of oil that was leaked, right? This is damn near the top of the Mississippi River. So if you run the length of the Mississippi River, that goes all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whatever the hell it's named or renamed or whatever the hell it is now. When I think about that, then it's a culmination. Look at where our world is. Our world is not anywhere that's good. And I know, because I'm one of the biggest that talks about perception mentality. I am one of the biggest that when it comes to that kind of thing, I talk about accountability, awareness, paying attention, and critical thinking. But the more I see of this world, the more it's making me crazy. They're turning football into politics. Sports are becoming entertainment, not competition. Fools are being allowed to sit with scholars and intellects. Everybody out here is a crook trying to sell you a bunch of air you can't turn around and resell. Digital era, subscription stage. I've had people try to label me as a homophobe or a transphobe. But that ain't got no kind of water to hold. I'm not for them. I'm not against them. That's their private life, and I'm not supposed to know anything about it. That's not for me to have a judgment on. I don't care what your private life is. As long as you ain't killing and hurting anybody, as long as you ain't trying to rob from somebody and be deceitful, I don't care what your private life is. Yet on YouTube, I keep getting trans dating advertising. Now, if I'm getting that trans dating advertising on my page and it's frustrating me, what happens if you take hetero dating sites and put that on a trans page? That becomes a hate crime. I reported and blocked these things numerous times, but they still keep coming. You can leave a description, you can leave a reasoning, and it'll tell you will not see this content on your channel anymore. But guess what? You do. Algorithms. They spy keywords, patterns, everything. And you think it's coincidence that after a conversation, the advertising reflects it? It's bullshit. There's no such thing as coincidence. Turn off your phone, put it in airplane mode. It doesn't matter. They still have access to everything. The Patriot Act, it's real. They spy, they control. I've tested it myself. Turning off your phone, putting it in airplane mode, it still picks up everything. Hell, it picks up more in airplane mode than it does in normal mode. Try it. It listens to you. And then it directs advertising directly to you. Some say that's not a bad thing. Well, what if I'm trying to look for this and it picks up that I was looking for this? Well, that's great. I'm glad for you. But just because that was one time, a one thought thing, doesn't mean I want to be overwhelmed with it. The power plant here in Monticello. What are they going to do about it? A nuclear power plant leaking oil into the Mississippi River. They say they didn't leak any. Nothing is being done about it. Oh, wait, yes it is, because a little boy happened to record the Mississippi River and the oil that was flowing through it. He reported it to the Monticello Times. Now they're going to investigate. They protect corporations. They protect themselves. They make every kind of law and every kind of guideline, or not guideline, but every kind of law, every kind of red tape, every kind of little rule to dance around that protects them while holding us completely 1,000,000% accountable. Double standard? Nah. That's a little more than a double standard. You got a bunch of hypocrites running our fucking country. They try to push and say that we can't handle the truth of the reality. The fact is, they don't want to give it to us because they know what's going to happen. I've been watching this life since 5 years old. 5 years old, I've been watching this world. I've seen the ugliness of this place. And what's sad is you have all these people that are out here and they talk about, well, we're after peace. We're after a better place. We're after this, that. We're after the betterment of everything. No, you're not. If that's what you were after, that's what we would have. Yet we don't have it. Try to confront them. People go silent. Let's talk about the wars, about accountability. The Epstein files, $9 billion in fraud for tax-paying dollars. This is not okay. They lie to us constantly, but yet tell us to be honest. They deceive us constantly, but tell us to be transparent. I don't need psychobabble, and I don't need anyone telling me how to feel. I know myself. I'm aware of my anger, my fire. I know my boundaries. I've tested people, seen how they react to intensity. And I know when to vent, when to strategize. I methodically vent, and then I brainstorm, and then build a game plan. Calm comes afterwards, and by then everything is organized and fortified. I'm not reckless about anything. I'm going to tell you right now, if someone comes for me, it'll be consequential. And they better come with something. I got a fire in me, I got a passion in me, and I got an intensity in me that just does not die. I've been dead twice. I've died twice. But you can look at me and you can judge me all you want to. Born in 1976, I'm a Libra. That's also the year of the fire dragon. Surprise. I know real justice from wars from our past. not the systems punishing nonviolent people or stealing money while pretending it's the law. I see the system for what it is, and I'm not going to let it slide. I am not okay with this. Nobody should be. I've been in confrontations where the outcome wasn't violence, it was respect. Where people 2 and 3 times my size looked at me in the eye and admitted flat out, dude, if we fisting a throwdown, I'm going to put a bullet in your head. I ain't got a big head about it. When you look in a man's eyes, you can tell. You can tell. That's what real men once were. They carried the weight with them. It was easy to tell a man was about some business. Now you got all these roid freaks out here that think that they badass because they sized. You don't scare me. The difference between performing and being is your intensity. It's your discipline. It ain't about no weapons. Awareness. It is presence. It is experience. I used to look up to people like Dan Crenshaw. You can look him up. He's in politics. He was once a military man, lost his eye. I thought that added character to him. I saw that he swore oath, and he's one of the elites. Training-wise, he's one of them. He swore to the oath, the service, the commitment, and politics made him rich. That's not me. Politicians, institutions, they've signed the same oaths. Yet everything that they design, every law, every structure, seems stacked against us. You climb the ladder, and for every 2 steps that you take, you got 20 feet standing on your head with a greased rung that you're sitting on. We are surrounded by systems that betray us at every level. Yet I remain aware, vigilant and prepared to turn observation and insight into action when the time is right and with the right amount of support. Because as much as I am on fire for this, as much as I want to come out here and make some kind of a difference, I'm going to tell you the reality of things. You know how many times I do get overlooked? Somebody looks at me and, nah, dude, you can't handle that. You can't do that. It's funny because every time they said that, I came out on top. You don't understand. You don't know this. You don't know that. You didn't factor this. You didn't factor that. That's funny because I factored that last week. I'm already at the point of understanding and ready to make a difference. I did a live thing last night, and I had 3 trolls come in there, and they did the play on words. They were trying to get reaction. They were trying to stir up trouble. And I'm going to tell you, the young man that I've got ready to run as lieutenant governor with me, he was in there. He came on for the first time last night on one of my live events. And he sent me a text message. If you watch it, you can hear where the text message comes in. And first thing he says is, brother, you got to make me a moderator so I can get rid of these people. I didn't remove them, and I didn't silence them. I addressed them. They say that they want people to come forward that want to make a difference. The funny thing is I don't fit that club. I ain't got that money. But what I don't have in money, I've gotten everything else. Because when I do look at the things that I'm looking at and I see that it's given me the motivation and the drive to want to do something, it makes me want to share that. It makes me want to pass that around. I want to share that. I want to see people get fired up. I want to see people get passionate. I want to see people want to change and grow and make a difference. We all talk about how we see all this corruption. We know all the stuff that's behind the scenes. We know all the stuff that's going on that they're not telling us, they're not showing us, they're being dishonest about. They are being dishonest about it. And they're not hiding it. Because no one is holding them accountable. Why am I so fired up about the nuclear power plant in Mississippi River? Well, let's see. When the weather is nice outside, what do? I walk my town. Where do I go? Random places. Usually down Highway 25, just down to where the Big Lake Bridge is. What is it that's right there? Oh, that's the Mississippi River. Why is it that I go there? Because the energy that I get from there, it's always clean. It's always good. I never have gone to the Mississippi River and not came back okay. I don't a lot of times I come on here and I try to keep everything on a nice, positive, even keel. I try to keep everything enlightening, you know, something that deals either with spiritual well-being, mental well-being, something that is uplifting. But I'm telling you, I watch this. I watch my community, Monticello. I watch my state, Minnesota. I watch my country, United States. Who do they want running the show? Somebody who can create a dollar, right? It's no more about integrity, morality, or doing the right thing. It's about the money. They will turn every ounce of this ground into a corporation if they can. Data centers, power plants, corporations. How do we make a difference? Well, that's easy. Come May 19th through June 2nd, we meet up and you sign my petition. 2,000 plus signatures. Give me 4 years. That's how long the job is for governor. 4 years. That'll make me 54 years old. I'm willing to bet everything that I do a better job. Matter of fact, I would even go so far to say, if it's not illegal, and I'm sure they'll find some way to make it illegal, I already said that I would take a 75% pay cut. That puts me at $50,000 as opposed to the $200,000 that's supposed to be coming in this year for the governor's salary. With that other $150,000, I'll start setting little chunks of it aside. And if I don't do a better job than those who sat before me, I will find a way to distribute that money to the residents of Minnesota. Or we'll have some kind of special little lottery draw, something. That's what I'm willing to put up. I don't need no fancy house. I don't need no fancy car. I don't need no fancy clothes. I don't need no suit. I am not part of their group. They don't want me in there. Why? Because I'm going to make them make sense of things. What's my stance on ICE? Hello, Mr. James. Thank you for joining me this morning. Appreciate you. My stance on ICE. Do they belong? The idea of them? Yes. The idea. Are they right? Fuck no. They some wannabe gangster little bitches out here with the shit they doing. And the fact that they're running under Donald Trump does not make it any better. Somebody asked me if I support Trump. No, I do not. Well, that means you're a Democrat. No, I'm not either. I'm not right or left. I am not part of that animal. I know that they're both in there for the same purpose, and that's to make their own selves rich. They got nothing but greed. They get inside trading information. They get rich while they sitting in office, while passing laws that do nothing but hold us down while we down. Come up on hard times. Come out here and ask for help. You got all these government agencies that are going to say, well, you don't fit this criteria. No, we can't help you. You make too much money. No, we can't help you. Yet they ain't walking into your house to see how it is that you're living. They going off of some paperwork. They going off of some stats. Well, how is it that you plan to make a difference? Well, the idea, the plan that I had was if this channel got into any kind of making of any kind of money, when someone asks for help, then we're the ones that help. And instead of paying money back, find somebody that is inside this community and you help them out. You know how to work on a car and they don't? You borrowed $700 because you was running out of shit, couldn't keep your house on, couldn't keep your groceries in, whatnot. We give you the $700. Guess what? You're going to pay that back by finding somebody and teaching them something, showing them something, helping them with something that they can't do that you can. You pull that off, guess what? That $700 is paid back. Why? How can I do that and expect to keep money coming in? If people are buying things, the hoodies, the merchandise, the stuff that can come in here, that means money's coming in here. We might not be able, in the first couple of times that someone says, hey, $500 is what I need to make this work. Well, we got $250. We're going to help you out. Here's half of it. The idea is building a strong community. Why? Because if you build a strong community, then you don't need the government anymore. You build a strong community where everybody's watching each other's back, where you don't have to worry about me coming and trying to take your wife or nothing inside your house because I respect you. I respect your purpose. I respect your reason. I respect you. You don't know me. You don't know nothing about me. You know what? You're right. You're right. I don't know that you're a human being. I don't know that you run through every single emotion that I do. I don't know that you run through every feeling that I do. I don't know that you process hardships the way that I do. I don't know that you've had hard times in your life. I don't know that you were born from a woman. I don't know none of that. Well, you can't use that as nothing. You're right. I can't use that as understanding. I can't use that as a want to connect with you, to not be an enemy. I don't get it. I don't. I know that when I started this thing back in late September, early October, I was told that it wasn't going to be nothing. I was told that there was going to be too much. I was told not to bother. Because it wasn't going to be much of anything. And I know that when I started, I didn't have any subscribers. I put up a couple. I put up 20. I put up 30 little shorts, playing some music, talking about things, interacting with people in my community. Next thing I know, I got 15 subscribers. Hey, I've done reached 15. I'm celebrating every one. I celebrated the 11th. I celebrated the 1st. We have 148 now. 148. From last September till now, 148 subscribers. That little picture that I got on the live ordeal, 76 subscribers in the last 28 days. What does that tell me? Does that tell me that we're something special? You're damn right it does. Does that tell me everybody's going to like us? I know better than that. I know better than that. Not everybody's going to like us. Why? Because we want what's best for everybody, not trying to have more of one than another, not trying to say that anybody deserves more or less than anybody else. What seems, I don't know, almost, I don't even know the proper word to use. You really do have honest, good people out here. You really do have people that would literally give their shirt off their back for somebody else. But yet you got people out here that will mock and belittle them for absolutely no reason other than pure enjoyment. They are part of the problem. You walk around with your judgments. You walk around trying to pick people apart, trying to diminish or minimize. You minimize a lot. While trying to maximize yourself. I ain't here to judge nobody. But I know that this world is not meant to be run this way. We're not meant to be buried underneath corruption. We're not meant to be buried underneath sideways laws that politicians don't have to adhere to. We don't need them controlling every aspect of our life. They try to they try to make it seem as if we can't think for ourselves. They try to make it seem as if, well, we can't give them the truth because they don't know how to handle it. No, dude, look, our eyes been open for a long ass time. Are there some people asleep at the wheel? Oh yeah, definitely. I know that this is not a very large channel. Uh, I have put out some invitations to have some people come on, get a chance to talk to them, see what kind of character they are, see what kind of wisdom and knowledge they can share. I'm just saying, I guess, that when I have a hard time sleeping, it's because of thoughts like this run through me. I start remembering lessons from church at 14 years old. I start remembering the lineage of your family, how far back it goes, and what it was, what purpose it was that they served, how that used to matter, and how it doesn't seem to matter anymore. Well, this is facts, baseline facts. I can share all kinds of wisdom and knowledge. I can come out here and tell you I've got all the answers in the world to fix everything. But it takes belief. With enough belief, anything is possible. With enough support, anything is possible. I am. Last night I did make Mr. Jonas a moderator. Um, that means whenever I do have the live events, we're gonna try to keep it a little more controlled. Work on keeping some of the trolls out. Um, if there's anybody that's interested in wanting to be a moderator, let me know. When I do these live events, it would be nice to have somebody looking out. I can't, like, literally doing this solo. I'm not gonna sit and tell you that it's like rocket science or anything like that, because it's not. But I could definitely use some extra hands. So if you're interested in being a moderator, hit me up and let me know. Because all I got to do is click on your name and I can give you the ability. With that ability, you will be the kind of person that watches on the live events what it is people are typing, whether they're staying within the guidelines of the conversation, whether they're offering, insight. Even look, if you're coming to debate the idea, that's fine. You can debate the idea. That's great. But don't come in here being ugly. That's what a moderator is going to be. I've got one, and he's looking forward to doing it. Like I said, I did a live event last night, and I wound up with 3 trolls that came in there trying to just get a reaction and start garbage. And with what he said, I got a little passionate about it, but I didn't get ugly about it. Why? Just like censorship. I'm a veteran, man. My name was on that dotted line once. So at that point in time, that was my agreement that you had a right to have the life that you have. Just like I got a right to have the life I have. All right. This is rolling up on about 35 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. Look, y'all, like I said before, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a minister. I don't have all the right answers. That's not me. But one thing I do have is critical thinking. I'm well aware I'm not out of my mind. I will engage in conversation, but it ain't going to be no shallow conversation. And if you just a troll trying to get a reaction, look, man, I'm not even going to try to paint a pretty picture about it. I am one of the nicest, most respectful people that you will meet in your life until you push me to be otherwise. I've got that in me too, and I'll avoid it. I will avoid it. But it's not impossible to get there. I'm a human being. But I ain't no better than nobody else. I ain't no worse either. I ain't no better than nobody else. So, if you started off in here and you ended off in here, I'm going to say thank you. If you happen to pick this up later on in the day, you watch it all the way through, I'm going to say thank you. There is nothing port and polished here. There is no bells and whistles. Baseline facts, common sense, and a want for better with a phone and a guitar. God bless y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And I'm going to send as much positive energy vibes I can put out there. I appreciate my family, Flock. I appreciate this foundation. I appreciate every single one of you. Take care and God bless.